Hello, 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 good evening. This is David. Welcome to my channel. I nearly did the wrong opening. It's not Elizabeth Crouch Science. In a way it is, but it's on my own channel. So hello, 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 welcome, welcome, welcome. We are live. My voice is a bit, I don't know, grungy as my style, but it's not what it should be. But that doesn't matter. That we're going to have some fun tonight. I have nothing really prepared. Well, that's also not true. I'm still jet lagged. And I'm designing all sorts of new stuff. And my hair is a mess. Even though it's short, it's a mess. Well, I'm going to have some fun tonight. Fairly, that's what it is. I don't know what they did with the names on YouTube. But I'm trying to figure out. Andrea, I think Petra is here. Shadow Lifter, I don't know who you are. Hi Ellie, hi Eva, hi Saskia, hi Mina, hi Roly, hi Kitty, hi Deborah. Good to see you all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, before I left for Banff, I made this folio thingy, which I absolutely love doing, by the way, and I'm gonna do something else coming soon with that, without spoiling too much information. Hi Debbie, good to see you. Hi Aletta, hi Yoka, hi Jackie. Hello Aletta, good. Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm gonna make another folio soon. More about info about that is coming soon. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. So just a little hint: it's gonna be a collaboration with Annette. Collaboration battle. I don't know. Well, we need to figure out the name, but it's gonna be fun. So that's the plan for the future. But back to today, I'm gonna be working on my folio. Let me show you, just in case you missed it. Let's switch the cameras around. Hi Femke. Hi Ro. This is the folio I made. It's very basic. It traveled with me to Canada to show there. There's a pocket over here. I've made a journal here, stitched it together, and there's some, well, room for decorating here. So I'm going to decorate this one. I'm going to start with the cover. I'm going to use my photo sleeves, the journal sleeves in there, obviously, because then I can take more photos in there. So I'm going to put these to the side. Now, when I was in Canada, I got these napkins with the Canadian flag on. And it's really cool stuff because if you peel them apart, you get, of course, the top layer. It's a three-layer napkin, but the second layer has a vague print of this same print. So I'm going to use that. Did you get it, Femke? Hope you have fun with it. So, hello, back to California, I guess that is. I'm going to use that, but this is too white for me, and I'm going to use Mod Podge. And then I thought, oh, I've got the antique matte version, so that could be good, because that will make it more vintage looking. I'm going to take off my sweater because it's warm in my studio, and then I'm ready to go, I think. Now the idea I have is I've got loads of ATC cards that we traded, and I've picked out two 225 Banff, and here's Banff 2025, and I'm going to use those on the cover of my journal. I've got more, and I'm going to use these throughout my journal as well. Not all, but some, just to decorate it. I thought that was fun. So I've picked out of all of these ADCs, I've picked out the ones that had Canada or Banff on them. So that's cool. Hi Robin, good to see you. It is. It was tiring, right? And then the time difference really did me in this time. Going there, which I normally don't have. Normally when I travel to the United States or to Canada, I don't have big jet lag. 2 days, done with it, and move on. Now it took me nearly a week to get over the time difference, and then I had to go back and start over again. So I'm still not there. But, oh well. So I'm going to put my mouse to the side because I don't need that. Where am I going to put you? There. And let's get started. As I said, no real idea, except that I'm going to rip this in half. I'm going to start with this. You're going to go there. And then the idea is to put one of these down here. And you're going to go here. I might just rip you up a bit more. No, at the moment not. The retreat in the Netherlands was organized by Marloes from Doeding. She was very busy with the move to a new store this year, so that's why there was no retreat. I think that was the main reason. She was focused on other things, which I completely understand. And this one, the big one, is organized by Elizabeth Craft Designs. But to be honest, I don't think the Dutch people are willing to pay the cost for that retreat. Except for maybe one or two people that did join us in Canada, because people underestimate the cost of this. And we've had comments in the past, people saying, "Oh, ridiculous, you want to get rich out of us." Well, nobody gets rich out of this, let me tell you. But it's just a lot of work. And that's why we said, well, let's, for now, stick to Canada. And that's fairly what it is. So, hi, Ivor. So I hope that answers your question, Eva. Yes, it's great. Yes, it would be great to have something similar in the Netherlands. But cost-wise, it's hard. And also flying all the American people here is expensive. But that's not the main reason. There we go. I think something like this. And then you go here. I'm not going to do you. I'm going to do this. Because I don't want to completely cover it with this flag. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Like so. And that's already pretty, right? I think so. So let's turn this one around. Now I'm confused. I've confused myself. This is going to go there. Yes. Okay. So let's glue this one on. That needs to dry. The back, I'm not sure I'm going to do anything with that, except maybe some stenciling, etc. So let's get started. So how is everybody doing? I hope everybody's fine. So I'm just going to... Am I in frame? Yes. First, let's start with this. Put that in the corner. Then I can see where I need to put some more glue. That's fun. Is it? Well, so then go over the top, and I can already see that's taking off the white. And makes it look more crunchy, more vintage, which that's the way it should be with my journal, right? So, first layer is on there. Oh no, Uli. Hope you feel better soon. Hi, Patricia. What do you mean? Maybe you can do some similar for one day. You mean just a workshop? That's something that could be organized. Just a workshop. Thanks for letting me know who you are, because, as I said, YouTube is doing something weird with the names. Okay, let's glue you down. Just making sure these edges are really glued down. Hello, Katie. A short retreat. Well, that would be just a workshop then, right? I love this vintage matte stuff. This makes my napkin really look vintage and grungy. Hi Samantha, welkom. Okay. Now, this goes in the water. I'm going to let this dry. But I love how that looks already. I'm going to put this in a safe spot. And while that's drying, I'm going to do some other bits and bobs. I need some leaves. So I'm going to color these. Hi, Fenna. Could be done. Could be done. Mention it to Els. Because I will have forgotten it by that day. Let me tell you. Okay, I've got these new brushes from Tim Holtz. Let's try them. I'm going to start with mustard seed on them. Aw, thank you. Right, I've already got craft paper, so I'm just going to use some oxides to give that some more color. There, okay. I like the fact that they're a bit smaller. It gives me some control. I'm talking about these new brushes from the Stress line. So I've got quite a lot of coloring to do. I just love doing that on craft paper. Let's start with these first. And then some red. This is Crackling Campfire. It's been a while since I've used my oxides to color with, and you almost forget how beautiful they blend. Look, gorgeous look. Hi Janet, good to see you. So I'm just doing sort of half and half of the orange and the red, blending the two together like so. And then I'm going to come back in with a bit of rusty hinge. Dun, dun, dun. I'm just going to go over that a bit. darkening that edge a bit, but I don't think it's doing enough. Oh, it's doing something. It's definitely doing something, so there we go. Close the rusty hinge. Coming in with a bit of aged mahogany. I know. These are like makeup brushes. I've got the bigger ones. I like these leaves. These are from my latest release, the Fallen Leaves set. I think these are pretty. These are pretty. So, those are going to be at the cover. And then I've got loads of these. Now what I should have done is colored a piece of paper and then die cut these out, which is something I can still do. If I'm fed up with coloring these, oh, it's gone quickly. It's going quickly, okay. Because I'm gonna use these to build on this wreath. This wreath is from the Book of Christmas, and it comes with a poinsettia, etc. But you can also easily, if you combine the different collections, or the different sets in the collection, I should say, you can combine them and make a fall wreath out of them. I have it. But too lazy to get it, the sticky mat. It's right there, here at the bottom, but this goes quick, right? And then I'm coming in. I'm not going to be bothered with 4 colors on these small leaves. I'm just gonna do it like this. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Hi, Diana. Hi, Diane. There you go. Still jet lagged. Hi, Diane, my friend. How are you doing? Good to see you. I hope you guys got back okay. So these are really tiny. I'm not going to be bothered coloring them. Just a bit of color is fine on these ones. Now, on this wreath, I'm not going to finish that today because I need... Oops. Oh, I've got more than enough. I need to print photos, and I'm going to use the die to cut out one photo to fit in the middle here. And that determines how I'm going to stick it down. So, there we go. These are all done. Put them to the side. But I love them. Look at these. Not sure I'm going to use these, so let's clean this up. And I might grab a piece of card because I don't want to waste these oxides. There we go. See what that does. Pick up the rest. And let's have a check how the journal is doing. Is that dry? No. Can I help this along? Because you know me, I'm impatient. If you saw my live yesterday, you know that I ruined 2 sticky mats. I ordered new ones. They're coming in tomorrow. Let's just give this a bit of heat. Well, yes, there was a lot of food and fun going on in Banff. I agree to that. Well, for the people that tuned in late, this was this color, and then I used this Mod Podge over it to make it look more old and antique. And that's fine for now. It's still a bit wet here. But what I want to do is grab my stencil. Now I'm going to cover this with some leaves, so I'm not going to use the leafy stencil on this. But I am going to use just whatever left on my brushes to give this some texture. There you go. Just, it doesn't have to be much, just a little bit. With whatever's left on my brushes. There, done. Do the same here. As I said, I had a blast making this folio, and I will be making more soon, I promise. Okay, let me see how that looks. I love that. Look at that. How cool is that? So this is not completely dry yet, but I am going to continue because, well, I'm going to trim these a tiny bit smaller. So let me grab my trimmer. They are fantastic. I love them as well. Okay, let's trim you down. So these were from, this one is from Chris, and this one was from Pam, and they're gonna live on the cover of my journal. There we go. Same here. Just trim off that matte layer. Just because I can. They were a tiny bit too big to go on the cover. There we go. That was easy, right? Something in my... There we go. Now I need to ink these edges back up because I've trimmed some off. There we go. Getting rid of the white. There we go. Okay, journal time. So he was going to go there. He was going to go there. Oh, I love this. And this one is going to go right here. I have to trim some off, but that's fine. Let's just do that. There we go. He's going to go there. Nori paste. Okay, I will look that up. Never heard of that. You're going to be there. I like this. This is coming together nicely. Okay, let's glue you down first. Just with an even border around. There we go. And then you're going to go there. This one at the bottom. Has anyone in the Netherlands ever heard about nori paste? I haven't. But that's nothing. There we go. Now, this is going to use some glue. So, Debbie, now you're going to make me go through 100 ATC cards to find yours, right? Thank you. Welcome. You're going to go there. So, it's clear that this is going to be my Banff album, right? There we go. Just give that a bit of a press down. Leave that to dry. But I do love how this is coming together. Let's start to build up that wreath, shall we? Now, I need my tweezers. I'm going to show you something that we got in Banff. This is a leather tool holder. And that was exclusively for the people in Banff. And look at that. Gorgeous. Okay, let's grab a tweezer. And start sort of assembling this. Are we still on? Oh yeah, I had a hiccup. I had a little hiccup. Come on. No, that's nothing new. That was a kit that the people in Banff got because they were doing a flower workshop, because Angelica was there as well, the designer of the flower collection. So yeah, we're not getting any tools from Elizabeth Craft Designs. that I know of. Because I don't know everything. I do like this. I like it. Making this wreath. Well, a tool roll is not a guarantee that I won't lose anything, Femke. You and me both know that. Let's do you there. And a small one here. Yeah, why not? Why not? I actually like this. I like this a lot. Oh, there you are. Well, you know, Joke, there are so many good tools on the market. No, I like it like this. I'm going to save these. But I do think this is very pretty. And that's going to be, let me show you. That's going to be right here. With a picture in. And this is going to be underneath that. I like that. I like that a lot. So that's going to live there. I like that. Now, where's my pin? Here it is. Now, the inside. What do I have? Oh, I know I wanted to do something. Forgot that. I've got these stickers. And he's going to live there. Like that. And let me see if I can still lift you up. I think I can. Yes. There we go. That's the logo of the Banff Creative Retreat. Then I've got this little one that Liz gave me. I wanted to put that there. No, I'm just going to stick to this one. This is one Annette made. This is one Liz made. And now I'm going to see what I'm going to do on the inside. Because I'm not going to do much here because this is going to be covered by that. So, you're pretty. And they're all pretty. I mean, I do like these two. They're greenish. I also like these two. I like that because the red is coming back there. So I'm going to do this. Do I need to trim anything? No, I don't. Let's do that. I think this is fun, right? Using my ATCs like that. And it makes for a really good, fun way of decorating a journal. I am going to ink this up a bit though. Because it's me. Banff, Canada. But I am going to use this side. And this is a rare Canadian Lucky Penny. Well, I love that. Donna, thank you for that. That's going to live in my journal for sure. Now, let me see. What else do I have? I've got a map. I'm not sure there's anything in there I can use or want to use, but let's have a look. I'm going to cut this one out for sure, so let me do that. I'm doing that off camera because the sheet is too big. And then I'm going to make it nice and neat. There we go. Well, there you go. Turn it into a lucky. I think this was a great idea. Is this gonna work? Let me see. I think that is too big still. Okay, Jasper, don't need that. Banff, Lake Louise, it can be smaller. It can be smaller. There we go. That's going to be there. And what else? What else do we have that I can fit underneath? Just having a look, guys. I've got this Lake Louise that fits there. Let's do that. This is a sticker I bought at Lake Louise. I'm going to use this for that. This for that. That's clear, right? I'm going to use my Easy Runner to glue this piece of paper down. There we go. And then this is a sticker. Before I do that, let me put some texture on there. So, how do you guys like my unprepared videos, where I just follow my brainwaves? Like, okay, I've got the stuff, I had this general idea, but it wasn't prepared at all. Do you like it, or do you like the more prepared ones? Every answer is fine. Now you can see my weird brain in motion. This is a sticker, right? Yes. You're gonna live there. I like this. Okay, let's continue with this on here. That one is juicy. There we go. That's fine. Okay, let's glue it down. Well, thank you, Donna. That was nice of you to give me. And it's making its way into my Banff journal. There we go. Yes, that's an ECD stencil. It's from the Journal Stencils 9, my latest stencil pack that came out a month ago, I think. Beginning of October. There we go. Then I've got Thankful that I was there. So let's do that. This scissor is way too big to cut this out, but hey, we're gonna make it work. Just coloring that up a bit. There we go. Some glue. Thankful. And I saw the word friends somewhere. Is it just, am I blind? I just saw, oh, here it is. To be honest, I like doing both. The spontaneous ones, like this, where I have a sort of general idea what I'm going to do, or the more planned out ones. I mean, yesterday was well planned. This one, not so much. But I love where this is going, so. Thankful. And friends. Right there. So you're going to be there with the wreath that I'm missing now. Oh, here it is. With the wreath and a picture. So you see how this is coming together? I love it. Now, this is a pocket, and in there I want to make some cards to put in there. So let me see what I have. I've got some craft paper left over. Let me see how big these are. They are 9. This paper is beautiful as well with it, so let's go with that. These are let's try, because I know my pictures are going to be, well, I can make them whatever size I want, but I want to cut my photo mats 10.5 by, that doesn't work, David. Let's grab a new sheet. Okay, it's going to be craft. And then, where did my trimmer go? Here it is. So, boom. It's going to be craft. Right, 10.5 by 15 and a half. And then I'm going to print my pictures 10 by 15. And that will then fit in there nicely with a nice border around it. So 10 and a half. Let me do it this way now. 10 and a half. 10 and a half. There we go. And then I'm going to make these 15 and a half. So I will print my photos 10 by 15. And then I've got these 3 cards ready to go. You know what? I haven't counted them, to be honest. What I'm doing now is I'm sort of making... I'm doing it the other way around. So I'm decorating this, and then I know how many pictures to print off. I make a selection of them and put them in here. So these are going to go in here. So this is already 6 pictures that are going to be in there. And that fits nicely. This is going to be 1 picture. Then on here is going to be where I'm going to start with my journal sleeves. But first, let's do this side. Oh, I want red now. No, these 2 are pretty as well. Yeah. I'm going to use these 2 here. And then I'm going to use this one to connect the 2 together. So let's do that. And I'm going to use my tree stencil and pine needles. I think that's a pretty color to go with that. Grab a green brush and just stencil some on there. Thank you, Belinda. Did I say hi already to you? I don't know. Did you just sneak in? Oh, you just snuck in. Okay. Hi, Belinda. Welcome. I like that. Yep. So you're going to be there. You're going to be there. Okay, let's do that. This one's from Lisa. Love that wax seal, by the way. This one's a bit bright. Let me see. Let's see if I put some of that Mod Podge on there. It's water reactive ink. That doesn't work. Well, let's try it. Let's try it, and then we can do it, throw it away later. If it looks horrible, and if it looks good, it adds to the grunge, right? Nah, that's not gonna do it. But I've got, luckily enough, I've got another one. So I'm just gonna lightly go over this. That's better. There we go. No more white. No more white. Sometimes life can be so easy. So yeah, you're going to live there. So that's going to be here. I'm going to have 6 photos here. You're going to live there with 1 picture. Okay, let's put you in a safe spot and open you up. Now I've got a lot of real estate that I can... Did I lose my needle now this time? No, there it is. I had this nice dangle that Els made for me, and now that one died. So I've got a lot of real estate. I can do both sides if I want to, but I think I'm going to stick to one side. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to see which ones I want to use from the journal sleeves. Because these are big pages, so I can use the big square ones. Yes. So I'm going to have 2 of those big square ones right there. Then I'm going to make a waterfall out of 3 or 4 small ones. So will that work? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. That will work. So that will be the next one. 1, 2. Then I will do one with just a photo mat. I'll place a mat there. Then I will do one with the big rectangle, this one, and then with a photo mat underneath. So that's going to be there. And then I'm going to do 2 of the big rectangles, like so. And then I'm going to finish off here with some ADCs that I've got left over. So that's the plan. So I've got that figured out now. I know how many pictures I need to print off and what size they need to be. So that'll be for another live or for, and this one needs to go in there. Or I'll make a video out of that because, well, just adding pictures. There we go. So that's the plan for that. Let me just cut this a bit smaller. Now let me open this up. Stick this like that. Because on here I want to do the last bits for today. Because I've got some ADCs left that I want to stick down there. And this one will go inside somewhere. Just put that here. So these are going to go here. First things first though, I want some stenciling. So I'm going to do that. It's so much fun, Diane. I made this the day before I arrived in Banff. I will link the video to how I made this album below after the live. But if you go to my channel, it's the last, you look on the lives, it's the last one before I went to Banff. The one before this one then. So there we go. I love this. It's just giving it texture, making it pretty. You're gonna go there. So let's do that. Oh, Deb, here you are. You made this one. I'm trying to find out what you did there. So I don't have to continue to look for it going through 100, because yours was Canada. It's really fun to make these little folios. Now when you do this, make sure you don't overlap the fold here, the crease line. But I do like it to stick out underneath these ones. There you go. I just love that. So this is going to be really full and chunky, but I love it. I love it. There you go. Here's the cover. And you open it up. This side's nicely decorated. This side is nicely decorated. I know I'm going to have my photos in here. And then I've got this all laid out, so I know what to do. And I know how many pictures I need. So that'll be for a next video where I will make all the photo mats, cut them out, make sure that it's nice, and etc. But we're getting there. And I think the body of the journal, the basics of the journal, come here you, is here and it's ready to go. So yeah, I love it. I love it. Hope you liked it too. No, this one. If you did, give this video a thumbs up if you haven't done so yet. If you're new to my channel, consider to subscribe to my channel. And I will see you all the next time. I'm live. When am I live? Thursday afternoon, 4 o'clock NL, 8 o'clock. 8 p.m. Mountain Time for the Coffee and Craft. That'll be fun. I'm going to be working with a Nets release, something completely different than this. And I think that's it for today, guys. But I'm loving how this one comes together. And it's already like thick and heavy. And we still have to add all the photos. I love that. So, good. Well, I might go back on the photos a bit from the sleeves, but I did anticipate this being big. If you look back at the video of how I made this, I made some extra room in there. So, and I've still got, if you look at it like this, there's still enough space in here to get thicker. And that's why I did not use magnets to make the closure, but I made a ribbon. So that's when it's really thick, I can still close it. You see, I've got room enough to do that. So that's it. Thank you for joining me today. Oh, you don't see because I was showing you all sorts of stuff. There we go. I've got enough room here. And I made this closure so I can close it like this. So I can have enough bulk to play with. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you and see you soon. Bye. Bye-bye. Have a good one.